Don't be surprised if on your next visit to Italy you notice there are an awfully large number of hybrid and electric vehicles in motion than there used to be. This is late news, but I couldn't let go of the thought to share with all of you what has occurred here in Italy over the last 16 or so months.
We all know 2020 as a challenging year for obvious reasons. Economy suffered, and more importantly, families struggled with death and job loss. Italy was a main headliner starting in February 2020, and from that moment on, we've been through one lockdown basically after another, changing color codes all over the map in order to get control over the worldwide phenomenon which we've allowed to control our lives ever since.
In an effort to assist the economy, it is common that governments will offer bailouts or stimulus packages to various industries. In Italy's case, they opted to offer incentives to citizens and residents directly through tax reductions over varying time periods. You might have heard that Italy has offered the opportunity to remodel homes and receive up to 110% back over a 5-year period. Previous to this, similar incentives were already in place for 50, 65, and 90% reimbursements for a 10-year period. The stipulation was that the remodel should increase the energy efficiency or seismic protection or external facade of the home.
The 110% eco bonus of 2020 wasn't the only bonus offered during this period. There were vacation bonuses, daycare bonuses, as well as bonus auto. The plan was to incentivize people, empowering them to stimulate the economy on their own.
We have yet to take advantage of the bonus vacanza, vacation bonus. In my family, we have about 500 euros waiting for us, and it might expire actually in a few weeks. But the bonus auto is one that I found particularly interesting, and I'd like to share it with you. My interest in cars started as a teenage after working on old muscle cars and trucks with a family member. In recent years, I followed along with the development of electric vehicles and intended on purchasing a Cybertruck when they came out, if they came out, and assuming it made financial sense at the time.
Well, with the bonus auto, Italian residents could access discounts of upwards of 18,000 euros off of a purchase of an electric or hybrid vehicle, depending on which area of Italy they lived in, as well as basically what kind of electric or electric hybrid they purchased. If someone was in the market, they could purchase and get a hefty discount applied upon the purchase right off the receipt. Of course, other car manufacturers were eligible as well. Not everyone had access to 18,000 euros discounts, however. Most were limited to 10,000 euros, and that was only in specific scenarios. Here's how it was broken down. If I remember right, there were 3 classifications for the potential discounts, defined by the car's level of CO2 or nitrous oxide emissions. Levels were set at 145, 110, 60, and 20 grams per kilometer, with fully electric zero-emission vehicles receiving the full sum. Actually, there was an additional caveat. If you truly wanted the full 10,000 euro state-level incentive, you had to have an older, high-emission vehicle that you were willing to salvage. The difference in the sum, in most cases, being about 50% reduction in the total accessible total.
If you're wondering about the other 8,000 euros I mentioned, that was possible at the regional level, only for those who lived in the region of Lombardy, like me. Some of you are probably wondering, where's my Tesla? Well, let me tell you, right after the bonus auto was announced, we found ourselves unexpectedly searching for a new car. I've spoken about my then 22-year-old car on my other videos, and you're welcome to check it out by following the link in the corner of this video. I guess this can be considered an update to that one.
In the summer of 2020, we were on a family trip to visit the in-laws in Lecce, down in the heel of Italy. At the time, we owned 2 cars. One, the 97 Alfa Romeo 145 that I shared on that other video, and our gold-colored Citroen C4 Grand Picasso, whose continual electrical failures caused us to pick up the Alfa Romeo in the first place. Right before the trip, the Alfa Romeo had some mechanical issues which put it in the shop. And by chance, at the same time, the Citroen had finally been repaired. So we decided to make our trip in our golden chariot.
While in Lecce, the Citroen was officially diagnosed as not worth the effort, and we were stranded nearly 1,000 kilometers from home. It was there we began our research to decide if an electric car was in the cards or if we'd be going home by train. Since we weren't planning on a car purchase, we were motivated to keep the cost low. We were excited to hear about the bonus auto, but we're about a month behind our other electric car buyers.
And another interesting point is that while we were researching buying these electrical cars, the stock price of Tesla was skyrocketing. I wouldn't be surprised if these extra sales in Europe and Italy at that moment were causing a lot of the value of Tesla to grow, because they were selling cars like popcorn. How do you say? Like popcorn.
We wanted to maximize the incentive as much as possible. I mean, who doesn't want 18,000 euros just handed to them? We were fortunate to be willing to sacrifice our 7-seater that wasn't working anyway.
Even though I'm a big Tesla fan, I'm also a fan of making sound financial decisions, and even with an 18,000 euro discount, a Model 3, which was the only one it would apply to in Italy, was still cost nearly 30,000 euros. So we started our search by checking out electric cars with a smaller price tag, like the Renault Zoe, a 5-seat full electric car that would be perfect for maneuvering on Italy's tight streets, especially because their website advertised accessing one with a monthly payment of 189 euros, not including the Lombardy incentive, which would have reduced the payment even more.
If you've ever seen an online offer and tried to take advantage of that offer in a local store, you know it doesn't work that way. If you own a store, you know very well it doesn't work that way. It was going to be a bit more than we expected. Still, the thought of having a fully electric car in the family seemed nice. There was only one kind of major problem for us. We had 3 kids, under 5, and 3 car seats across the back seat of a Zoe would never fit. We're going to need to have a bigger car, obviously. And 7 seats, to be exact, would allow us to have more space for 3 monstrous car seats and an occasional extra passenger.
Full transparency, I always had Tesla on my mind, and if Tesla had a 7-seater available, we might be riding in more style than we are now. That left out every fully electric car at the time, along with most hybrids. Upon more research, we learned that the regional incentive, which consisted of 16.2 million euros, initially offered by Lombardy, had been drained in less than 2 days. We were way behind schedule.
So we put our car buying on hold, bought some train tickets, and asked for some friends to pick us up. That's not really the end of the story. Later on, we found a blue 2017 Renault Grand Scenic near Lake Como that would become our family work car, especially whereas I've been driving more often with clients around Italy.
But it doesn't end there. Both Italy and Lombardy renewed the bonus auto in 2021 in hopes that more people will adopt electric and hybrid cars. Every day I see more and more electric hybrid vehicles, especially Teslas, cruising the Italian mosaic stone streets. Whether there are funds left or it extends into 2022 for you to take advantage of is for another video. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time.